Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft. So, right now it's raining and more and more people aren't sleeping at night and it was getting annoying. And by the way, yes, you're seeing something here. I'll show that in a minute. So, if we go to options and video settings here, you can go to, I think it's details and turn rain and snow off, but you might see the animations of the water drips. I have potion particles off as well, but you can turn this off too. You see the drips right there? And you can hear them. If you turn rain splashes off, that'll get rid of that noise. You can turn void particles if you want. And I also do potion particles, so if I buff myself with like night vision, I don't have a problem here. We've been talking here about the lack of bat wings for witch reach. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking in chat. So here is my base. It looks kind of pretty right now. So here is my new base I'm making. It's set on the chunks, but the chunks are, except the front part here, the chunks are actually within side. Actually, I think this one is anyways. No. So this chunk kind of sticks out. But the way I built it was that the walls are outside the chunks, so you get a full chunk to build within. It's good to keep certain setups within a chunk if you can, but not always. Here I'm starting my fuel production. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. So I'll show you what's going on. So we have a distillery here with program circuit 2. Our oil, right now, this is set up to take oil via just a tank or something. I'm probably going to actually change this setup. I'm going to probably have like a buffer here of a super tank over time. And if we type in the word super tank, you're going to love this. So this is in a progress. Usually I've been showing you things over time, but we've done a lot where we could probably show you kind of a progression here. Maybe not as a long episode, but the super tank here holds 4,000 buckets of fluid, and it's actually an easy recipe. It's just an MV pump, and I actually made some HV motors here. So, and the HV motors are actually pretty simple. It's just silver cable and silver literally coated with the silicon rubber and stuff. Molten rubber, there you go. I was like, I was gonna say, I didn't use anything expensive. It was just regular molten rubber. Let's get rid of this border. But anyways, so I made some of that, and I made these ahead of time because I'm going to need them in another recipe. So for now, I did that. But anyways, here you guys have. So you can place, a tank down, whatever. It'll suck it out, and it'll go in here. And the output is all set to the top, automatic output. And then it creates, so it takes the oil and creates a sulfuric light oil, or light fuel, for example, and then it pumps it all on the top with the auto output, and it goes into the basic chemical reactor, and we're going to use an electrolyzing process, but we're going to use hydrogen in here. 2 hydrogen will give you 12 of this fuel, the sulfuric version, to 12 light fuel, just non-sulfuric, just no extension. And then from there, you can put them into diesel generators, which I've gone crazy and created 4 diesel generators. And it's probably not crazy at this time. I feel like it's crazy just because of my current power system. But that will create us 512 MV. Now, not really, because, you lose 90% of your fuel efficiency and things like that. But it's to get us started, and then we'll probably buffer it as well. So we'll probably have an actual decent tank somewhere where we'll also buffer that fuel, so we can say have 8 of these generators over time, and they'll provide a decent amount. Now, if you make the LV versions, you get a 95% efficiency, but these only drop by 5% each level you go up. So I decided that I will use the advanced diesel generators this time around, just because they're not as bad as the steam ones. And the electrolyzing process, basically we're going to do a water cell. We'll bring out water from outside. We'll do the water cell and create a water cell, actually. So I'm going to have to move this. I kind of derped up. This should be kind of over one more if I want. It's something, it's a work in progress. Actually, I could do it from one side to the other, to be honest, since it's going in here. I have to play around with it. But anyways, we could probably do a fluid canner, actually. That's probably what's going to happen. So from outside, water will come in. Actually, it can be inside probably now. and it'll go into the basic fluid canner. And the basic fluid canner will bring a water cell and electrolyze it again. So I'm going to show you now the NEI stuff. Light fuel. And if we go ahead, you have to do the cans, by the way. So right click, left click, whatever, and then left click this. So here you go. You got sulfuric light fuel here, and we basically make it in a distillery. I think it's on page 4. Nope, sorry, 3. This one is taking 25 oil, literally just 25 oil, and creating 25 sulfuric oil. And that's our light fuel story. So that's not too bad. So I decided let's times 8 that. Actually, I should probably do one more if I want to equal this up to a better, actually. Yeah, I might actually times it by 8, because if you times that by 8, that's 200, right? So you got 200, 400, 800. So you can do one bucket per 8 seconds is not a bad idea, because this machine here, you will take your light fuel, and let's right click here again. So you'll take your light fuel here, and you put it in the chemical reactor. So you made the the sulfuric version of this. Oh god, you gotta find it. This is why it's better just to do the sulfuric light fuel and right click it, and then right click that. There you go. So you take your sulfuric light fuel that you made in the distilleries, and then you put them in the chemical reactor. There's the 2 hydrogen. You do get a byproduct, so you have to deal with that. But anyways, it takes 8 seconds to do that, and it runs through, well, 12 of them. So basically, if we have one more of the chemical reactors, or sorry, one more of the basic distillery, we could basically do, basically one bucket every 8 seconds. Yes, it's not 12. I'm not going to do that amount. That's a bit crazy. But it would mathematically just make it a little more nicer in the head, right? So I might do that for fun. But anyways, this will take 12 buckets of sulfuric light fuel and convert it into light fuel. Now the light fuel, if you were to use the GT New Horizons fuel page, so the wiki page, the spreadsheet on Google Docs that has all the information, there's actually one called GT Power Tab at the bottom. Anyways, it's called light fuel, and it gives 320,000. Now, at first I was looking at a naphtha something fuel, and then I realized that it was horrible, and it was like the same exact setup, except it made the chips were basically different, and it basically got you like a 2.5 oil to a 1 ratio of fuel, versus this is a 1-to-1 ratio, so way better. Probably about the same power usage too, I think. So you're going to get hydrogen sulfide cells. Sure, you can use this over time in other recipes and needs and whatnot, so that's fine. So I'll probably get a super tank to store that. And then when we do these guys, so let's look at hydrogen. Hydrogen. And hydrogen is this one right here. And so we're going to look at the hydrogen here. So basically we're going to do the... here we go. We'll do the fluid canning. So the idea is, we're actually going to fluid can the water cell. This one I think is made from pure. No, I think it actually makes it as a cell as well. Now I think about it. Let's see if we can find it. Here it is, electrolyzing. So this is the electrolyzing process. It doesn't use too much here. This process is cheap. It's the next process that's extremely expensive in a sense, but it'll be well worth it. So you get 2 hydrogen cells from 3 electrolyzed water and 1 oxygen cell. And the arc furnace, which I haven't really used ever, if ever, maybe I've used it once, requires oxygen. So that's actually a really decent little recipe there. So I'll get oxygen for that, and I'll get the hydrogen for the fuel to make. Plus, I'll probably buffer both the hydrogen and the oxygen in a super tank over time. I haven't decided. But either way, you got that. It takes 1.5 seconds to make, so that's not a problem. The hydrogen is easy. You have to remember you only need 2 per 12. buckets of, or 12 cells, whatever you want to call it. Now, the Electrolyze Water, that's the one that takes longer, and that's a bit more questionable. It takes 24.50 seconds to make. Yes, a lot more. But it should be more than enough for our issues, because if we think of, well, let's do the calculation here. If we did 8 times 12, is it? 96 seconds. And let's divide it by 4.50. That will make 3.9. That divides in 3.9. So this will make it fast enough to keep up with this on a setup of having 5 distilleries, if my math is correct. So 5 distilleries will make this, and we'll make 3.9. We'll divide it into that by 3.9. As long as the math basically divides it on 3 or higher when your result comes out, you're fine, right? Because you have to make 3 of the water to basically make it. But either way, it's a very simple recipe, and it's just making the electrolyzed water, and the water cell, of course, would come from the bottler. So I've been looking at this the opposite way. Basically, I'm going to do the fluid canning style, so it'll be from here to the water, and then to do the hydrogen and the byproduct, and then from there we'll just have a pipe that comes up the top, probably at the top here, since this will probably come out on the side. So we'll do fluid auto output will probably come from up here, and it'll probably jump over here, and that's all she wrote, really. So I was thinking something like this. Oh, wait. These comes in cells, so it wouldn't be a fluid output. It would be an item output. So I'll have an item pipe going over here, and that'll connect that. So basically now I just have a lot of the logistic wars to go through, basically of doing all the piping, the wiring down here, deciding where I want to place the generators, things like that. So it's still a nightmare. So you're wondering, this house, this building, what's up with it? It's kind of small. It's not really big. It's big enough right now to start, but the idea is over time we will grow more floors on it. That is the idea of it. So over time we will get higher and higher. I feel like I'm making a song there. But if we take the cobblestone here and work our way up, boom, 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 boom. There we go. I have marble floor. What I'm planning to do is actually put the next floor like this. Can this go on top? Yeah. So the next floor will be here, and then you'll be like on top of that block there. So this would be, for example, the second floor starting. So there's space underneath for piping, wire, etc. I might even consider doing a 4th higher. Depends how silly it looks. But I'll probably do elevator block. I'm assuming elevator block is easy to make by now. Oh yeah, steel, ender plate, aluminum frame is probably slightly expensive. Oh, not really. Yeah, so I'll probably do that style of elevator soon. And that way you just go whoop, whoop, whoop. Basically, at our spawn, you shift down or space up. We actually had to put instructions. So many people got stuck trying to figure out how to use the spawn thing. Okay, so let's move on here. I'll talk to you guys what I've been doing. So over here is bees and the beekeeping. I think I've shown you an episode where I basically put all this cobblestone down. If I haven't, which some reason I don't know if I have or not, well, I can look at the last episode here for fun. Let's, I don't like hearing myself. Oh, God. Yes, I did have a bunch of the concrete down. I might have expanded it a bit outside here now, as you can see over here, but it's not too bad here. See, I have to fix this up. So I'm going to basically, a lot of water is missing here. So basically I'm going to take the grass and move it out there further, tightening up the river just a bit, but giving us a more natural look to it. So that's my plan. And this is my little coconuts, which they have little faces on them. Look at the faces. Like, what are you looking at, man? What are you looking at? Hey, what are you looking at? Anyways, let's go back here and we'll talk about what's going over there. I got a bunch of great wood logs. That's just to make my thaumium ingots and things like that over time. Something I plan to, of course, do here soon. More of. But of course, this has not been tainted. I've used this quite a bit, even made quite a bit of a mess. It's still considered a magical force, so I'm not worried about that. Everything's going good in here. Then again, I haven't done much thaumium, but I plan to make more thaumium ingots for actually a recipe related to bee breeding, and I want to get into that over time. Okay, so I'm coming in here for, oh yeah, dimmins. Let's do this. So boom, boom. I got my stuff up and running here, and I think I'm gonna explain what I did here, just to give you an idea. So we're gonna find this guy who's parked here. Oh no, I thought that was him for a second. Damn, he's oh yeah, because his thing's down. So I don't know if I'll be able to find him. Will this work better? It kind of sucks when you're looking for something that's who knows where, right? I feel like in the end this would be just better. There you go. Okay, he's definitely not there. Definitely not there. He should be going on his loopy loop right now, to be honest, but maybe he stopped completely. Oh, no, there he is. He's probably actually out of fuel now I think about it. Let's go get some fuel quickly. So this is my Steve carts. It's kind of derpy because it's using kind of a piss poor. I'm going to use some foul language there. Piss poor quality. Ooh, I got those compressed ones. I don't want to waste those. Here we go. Did I get me a stack? Yeah. Actually, I can get a couple stacks. I mean, even if it runs, it hardly uses any fuel. So it uses a piss poor language cane quality of woodcutter right now. I'm going to make the reinforced one. Electro suggested that. I was thinking the Galadorian, and then he's like, no, you don't need that one yet. So I was like, oh, okay. So let's go and find this little guy in here. I think it was this one, I hope. Or was it the other side now? I think it was the other side, to be honest. Nice, Kane. You're a failure to the people. There we go. Here he is. It shows the animation of cutting, but he is... oh, the woodcutter has wood. Oh, you know what? I think I might have actually put a dimming in it. Or maybe it ran out of fuel. I don't know. Anyways, here is the setup. Now, it has solar panel. Basically, you take this into a minecart thing, and I'll show you in the base if it's still sitting there. Basically, I gave it 3 internal storage, 1 side chest, a basic woodcutter, a coal engine, and a basic solar engine and a standard Minecraft vault. Now, the solar engine, probably a waste. Probably should have never done that because it just hardly ever runs it. Anytime there's even leaves above it, it just won't work. And then the woodcutter alone kind of gets a bit annoying over time because basically it breaks quite often. So I'm going to probably look into the other woodcutter. I wonder if it's Steve's cart woodcutter. Okay, here you go. Steve's cart's woodcutter. Let's see. Run, blah, blah, blah. Does it talk about how... It doesn't really say the durability. Oh, here you go. Construction cost, durability, 160. Oh, drop multiplier. So the drop multiplier, apparently, I don't know what the drop multiplier is. Does that leaves? I don't really care about that then. But I guess the basic one will give you 80%, where the hardened will give 100, and the Galadorian will give you 125. The Galadorian one is unbreakable, apparently. That is awesome. The only downside, apparently, though, is the basic woodcutter has 160 durability, where this other one has only 320 durability. When I say 160, I mean 160,000, and then 320,000. I literally will only double it. It'll make life easier than having to fill it up. You can't place a diamond here. For example, I'm going to fill this up with fuel now, so this can run on fuel. Notice the fuel has stopped. It's because it cannot actually run with the diamond in there. So you cannot legitimately put diamonds in there to let it pause, basically, or do its work, etc. That's just the nature of it, unfortunately. That's how they've made it for Steve carts. Gives you that kind of that maintenance option, which is kind of cool until you build the best one. Then what happens is you have an advanced detector rail, which then stops at this thing here, and this is the setup, nothing special. And then I can't show you the bottom one, so I want to show you because you guys will probably want to see it. So down here you got another box right here. And this is the external distributor, and from the cart, it's yellow, so on this side is the yellow side, basically. I believe the colors are based on north, south, west, east rules. I don't think you can actually set them, but maybe you can. I don't know. But anyways, basically, you can just pick what you want, so you can say you can add this option or remove an option, right-click. But anyway, so we have the external distributor, and then we get it piped out over here. And then I finally decided it was time to upgrade some of these storage drawers because, as you can see, I was starting to get stacks of the oak and I was getting tired of that. So I decided to make myself fur drawer. It's just a drawer. We've already made drawers, but with the upgrade. And the upgrade is, if we shift-click here, storage upgrade V, and they were decently cheap. As you know, we can make stainless steel no problem now. Just takes a lot of power, really. That's our biggest issue. But the diamond plate here, for example, well, you already know what diamond plate is. The upgrade temple was probably the more special out of all the recipes. But basically, you just take a drawer, you put it with a piston, you get an upgrade template. So you make 3 of those, so 3 pistons, 3 drawers, 4 diamond plates, 1 diamond rod, and stainless steel plate. And you got yourself an upgrade, and it increases the storage base by 16 times in one go. 16 times. So basically, it's like having 16 of these or 17 of these. Probably 16. So it gives you 1,024 versus 64 stacks. So you literally hold 1,024 stacks of wood in here. So if we were to do 1024 times 64... that is 65,536 logs that can go in there. So we're a little over halfway for sure there. But at the same time, we have this one set up in it. With the GregTech pipes, as I've learned, they check. So it goes like this. Check, probably check or check. And then it'll check this one. That's kind of how it works. I think it has some sort of like rule on how it checks. Or maybe it checks, or it checks, and then checks. I don't know how it works that way when it expands outwards. Something I'll play, but you're able to add something like this, for example, without worrying about it going there. Like if I put this on top and put another pipe up there, I wouldn't have to worry about it vanishing because it would go to it next, not 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's kind of nice to have a full drawer. Then once this one starts filling, I'll literally take this one out with a dolly, put this one in here. Probably build one more or whatever if I need to, and then move it around to wherever I need. So that is the setup. It's simple, it's easy, it works very well. And the guy is back here somewhere right now working his way. He's gonna be really slow right now because he's basically going around cutting all the wood, but then the extra internal storage helps, especially when my forest is fully grown because I've been MIA basically. Forgetting to put the fuel in, forgetting the diamond. That fuel will last a very, very long time, actually. I'll quickly show you how long it'll last. We'll just give you an idea, right? Basically, we just put that fuel in, and it has only used the 1 consumption, and it still has 27,000 left, and I think it had like a 30, or was it like 60,000? No, maybe it was about 30,000, but you can get the idea. It's a very, very slow burn rate. You can go back to the video when I first put them in to see what this number was at. I'm going to say 32,000 just for fun. I feel like that's what they were, but I don't know for sure. But anyways, you get the idea. It's a very, very, very slow burn rate. So this fuel will last literally many days. The thing that won't last is the durability on them, and I'm guessing, I really don't know what the durability is, but I'm gonna guess that they last maybe less than 12 hours, maybe 8 to 12 hours, in that range, from 100% durability down to no durability. So it's kind of annoying. I would recommend the reinforced one, and if you really can get the Galagorian one, you're even more godly at that point, but it's too expensive probably for our taste. Let's check it out, actually. So, oh yeah, way past there. It is HV, I guess, but those don't look like HV chips, to be honest. So, no, I don't think those are HV chips in any way. I'm pretty sure that's like EV or plus, actually. So even though it shows an HV motor, it's higher than that for sure. So you can't make that anytime. So here's the hardened one anyways. The hardened one is going to be easy. It requires reinforced dust. Reinforced dust itself requires... reinforced dust is actually made through reinforced metal, which is Steve carts, which you put in a blast furnace, which is, looks like it's LV version. Heating capacity, I think, is LV as well. And then basically iron and hardened mesh, you have to make reinforced hardener. That requires an implosion compressor, so for the extra durability, I'm going to have to talk to my friend about that. I'm actually thinking with all the effort and having to fix it over time, might not be worth it. Unless you do a big enough batch, I actually think it's not worth it right now. Well, it's the things you learn, right? So quickly we'll go over here and I'll show you the Steve Cart stuff. I'll grab some samples here since I have a couple of things here. You can see I've been getting organized and I have a lot of junk in here. I have a basic farm module on here, so I can use that as an example. I need a hull here. Are these though? No, these are a regular minecart hull. They're in here somewhere. I just gotta find them, my friends. Here. I got these standard hulls. I actually have never made one because I kept getting them for free. But, oh yeah, and I have a storage chest here. Perfect. I'm not going to make this cart, of course, but I'm going to just show you the process of it. So basically, you go over here and you make your cart assembler. So the cart assembler wasn't too bad. The cart assembler was this guy here. So robot arm. The PCB was a bit more annoying. Basically, you can use tin, of course. Molten tin, fine wire, electronic circuit board. Basically, the annoying part was probably eating up my circuits. So you can make that, and the rest of it's pretty elementary. The huge iron plates were pretty easy, actually. You can make them all via this here. Actually, I think I'm lying. Did I have to make the one? I think I might have had to make the one through... Yeah, I think I had to make the one through the cutting first. Yes, I put a request to fix it. So the first one you had to do by hand, and the next ones you can put in the assembler and then put in the assembler again. You might need to do a chemical bath. Some of it requires redstone on top of it, so it's just putting redstone. But anyways, you make the cart maker. You throw your recipes in here. You put your cart in here. So basically, the standard hull has a 200 capacity. And there's a complexity cap as well, but basically you put the total cost. So if you hover this, it has a 36 capacity, so it'll actually sit here and say 36. I think the complexity cap is the item itself. So for example, if you have a module that has a 60 cost to it, it would not work in this. So for example, the hardened wood one has a 65 modularity cost, so it would not fit in here, for example, for the woodcutter. And then you could put things like your engine in here. You could put a coal engine. The coal engine works on the back side. So if you look at the butt of it, that's where it goes. This one goes on top. But you could replace this, say, with a chest as well. Or if you don't need this here, actually, oh yeah, it'll clash with the farmer. So you could get rid of that, but you wouldn't have that. But anyways, you put your add-ons. There's a lot of little add-ons on it. They even have like invisibility, shielding, everything. Then you have a time to build it, which is 13 minutes 44 seconds. You click assemble. You use this fuel. The fuel's full right now, and basically this is the assembler time. So when you hover over that, you'll see it. So it might look like it's not working or it's broken. Just hover there and it should show you the information you need. And that makes your Steve carts, and it's a very simple mod and very worth it. I started working on forestry stuff. I have decided not to do it right now, but I have the forestry farm blocks. They're somewhere else right now. And we'll get through that over time when I actually set it up for you guys. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.